Good afternoon, YouTube. Punk Rock Ham Radio here, and welcome to another episode of Punk Rock Ham Radio. I'm out here at Moraine State Nature Preserve in Indiana, Park US 12000. And Houston, we have a problem. As you can see, there are AC power lines that go straight through this park, and the only place that really makes sense to set up. And yes, they're buzzing with electricity, lots of it. Good news is it confirms my suspicion at that last POTA road that I did at that one park where there was some 60 cycle muck and these oscillations on the band scope. It's the same noise. So I was right, but it's a lot noisier here, and I can barely hear any signals. Made some compromise. This is a very compromised setup. Hopefully I can still get 10 contacts. So let's go take a little look around. I'll show you this place and what I'm gonna do about it. So thanks for being here and enjoy the video. So this is the main parking area to this park, Moraine Nature Preserve. I did see these power lines on Google satellite view, but being the punk rock ham radio adventurer that I am, of course I decided to come out here anyway. This over here is a private drive. I don't know if this entire road is a private drive, but there's a sign over there that says private drive, so there's no going driving and exploring to find another place to park. I did go down there because I was hiking these trails a minute ago to see what was over there, and then I saw the road again, and then there's even meaner signs that say stop, no trespassing, this is private property. And it's like, okay, I hear you. Moraine Nature Preserve. There's the trails right there. When I first got here, I was thinking I was gonna set up just over here so that I'm antenna in a free space, but I don't want it coupling to that. I do not want to set up an antenna right underneath that, and plus, you know, there might be other people parking over here. And it's summertime, and I have a black car, so I'm over here in the trees in an even more compromised spot. This is a petroleum pipeline right here. No smoking. It's this little small one-lane road that comes in here. Lots of trails out here, lots of trails out here. I won't have time to go hike everything. Moraine Nature Preserve. So I'm parked back here in an even more compromised spot in all these trees. And I was kind of even thinking maybe I got this big tree trunk right here that I'm literally right next to. Maybe that'll help shield some of the noise. No, not really. Maybe a little bit. And even if it did, it's not perceivable. Oh, I'm set up right here. There's really not any room to set up like a horizontal wire, so I'm just using the vertical. There's a road here, there's a trail there, and I don't want to go bushwhacking through any of this. You could if you really wanted to throw some wire over there. I was kind of thinking do a 40-meter NVIS dipole or end-fed half wave, and then put it lower to the ground. Would that help with the noise? It might, but I don't want to go bushwhacking through that, and I just don't have that much time today. So we're using our trusty Chameleon 17-foot Cool Whip, the Wolf River coil, practical, fast setup. I have been sitting here fiddling with this thing because the proximity to those power lines detuned the antenna. It was way lower than it should be. And usually the problem that I have with this antenna, trying to tune it for 20 meters, is it's too short. Well, today it was way too long. I tried it without the Wolf River coil, and I was back where I started with the antenna being way too short and no way to make it any longer. So I put the coil back on it, and then I had to lower the antenna about 2.5 sections to get it right around 1.3 to 1 across the 20 meter band. I have a couple of little baby chokes here. I choked it at the radio end too. That did not help. That made things worse. So I got rid of that choke. I got everything dialed in and tuned, and the radio was happy. And then I added a counterpoise right here. Just a little alligator clip. Just kind of going over here into this moist soil, and that helps. That helps. So we're well below 1.5 to 1 SWR, and the radio is happy. Problem is I still can't really hear very much. And I got my noise blinker on. Can you hear that? See? That's what that sounds like. Noise blinker on helps. 0. About 5 is probably the sweet spot. That's all the way up at 10. But then it blanks out the other signals too. And that's what that pan scope looks like. Bzzz. Another reason why I do not mark my vertical antenna, oh, here's 20 meters right here, mark my coil, here's 20 meters right here, because I set up in all kinds of different places. I might even set it up not on the car, on a tripod, and use a radial system. I tune it by sight if I can, just kind of eyeballing it and use an antenna calculator, or just invest in a good antenna analyzer and take that a couple extra steps to tune it, because everything affects everything. I'm no antenna expert, but everything affects everything, including where you set up, and you never know when you're gonna find yourself next to a bunch of power lines that detune everything and then having to compensate for that. Let's continue our tour of looking around this place. I got a few things more that I wanna say. So this way is a trail system. It's very nice. They just mowed the grass for us. There's a DNR mailbox. Your DNR passport, where I think you're supposed to fill out some optional pass. I don't want to tell anybody what I'm doing out here. So there's these trails right here. If you're gonna activate this park, this was that trail that I went hiking down when I first got here to see what was over here. If you're gonna activate this park, you could go 200 feet that way and set up on this trail. There's really nobody here. So this is a trail you can set up on and not be in the way. Like at that other nature preserve up by Scary Gary, same kind of thing. Except I've seen more people here than at that other park, because nobody wants to go there. Ah, there's a bug. There's a bunch of butterflies out here too. But yeah, you could keep walking down here and easily set up an end-fed half wave or a dipole just right on this trail, and more than likely not be in anybody's way. And if you keep walking down here, there's more trails over there. That road is over there, and the really mean looking no trespassing signs are way over there. So that's what we're dealing with. It's not the first time I've been doing a POTA with the odds stacked up against me, and I prevailed, so I'm up for the challenge. Couple of takeaways. I should bring my hiking backpack with me even if I'm not planning on hiking. This would have been a great opportunity to just pack my bag. I keep most of the gear that I would need for a radio activation in my car anyway. I don't really have time for a hike today either, so that's kind of really not an option today. The other thing I need to start doing that I left at home is my laptop. My 12-volt Jankopotamus laptop. I've been leaving it at home ever since I can depend on my 705 and my phone using SDR Mobile to do FT8. But a day like today, if I just had that laptop with me, I got a DigiRig in my 891 bag. It's the older one. You have to use 2 USB cords to make it all work. But I don't have my laptop with me today. FT8 with 20 or 30 watts might be a good idea today. But we don't have the laptop with me. I have my usual setup, 891, 705. If I have to switch to digital, I have to set up a whole new radio. I stopped bringing the Jankopotamus laptop with me to every activation. I used to use it for logging and I almost tripped on my counterpoise, stuff like that. I stopped needing it and was bringing it with me anyway, and I left it in my black car in the sun in the summertime, and the speakers melted. So, it's like you don't leave your kids or your pet in a hot car. Do not leave that plasticky laptop in a car. The speakers melted, the drivers, and if you plug in an external speaker, it still works, so whatever. Bring it with you, just don't leave it in the car. So I can't hear much on the band. I'm scanning around. Bands are in reasonable shape today. I can't receive as good. I'm in these trees, comfortable in the shade, in close proximity to buzzing power lines. But I can hear a POTA, Kilo 3 Yankee Romeo. So let's try to get him.
Thanks, and you're in Michigan? Thank you so much, 7-3. QRZ parked on the air from Kilo 3 Yankee Romeo.
Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India, park to park.
Kilo Mike 6, is it Tango Whiskey India?
Roger, roger, roger. My park, US 12000 QSL.
Wow, nice even number, 12000, Moraine State Nature Preserve. And I've got you double nickels, 5-5, it's the US 1380.
Copy 5-5, you're about 5x1 here, 5x1. I'm in the trees next to some buzzing power lines. You're my first QSO, so thank you. Come back with your park number, 1380,
1380.
Copy, 1380, have fun, 7-3.
Have fun, POTA on, QRZ parked on the air, Kilo 3 Yankee Romeo.
Yes, first try.
CQ parked on the air.
Everything's gonna be fine. Just makes it all that more challenging, even though you go to the park to get away from power lines and that kind of stuff, but improvise, adapt, overcome, be ready for anything always.
CQ POTA, CQ parked on the air, Kilo 3.
So let's see what else I can hear. Lots of dead space. At the top of the band, 3550 and going down. That's that same station. There's another station there. Sounds like the rag chewing. And then lots of just dead air.
Well,
That's the special net frequency.
Thank you.
That sounds like a POTA.
7-3, sir.
I can't hear the activator though.
And so anyway, fiddle started around. I thought about it. I got to thinking about the fact that I'm 70. You know, when I hit 70 back in March, then all of a sudden this kind of thought that came over me, and I thought, what if I get her up in the airplane and something happens to me? I'm at that age where, you know, my friends, people have strokes. There's, you know, heart attacks. Bad things happen to old people, you know. And
Wish you health and wealth, my friend, but I don't care. Well, I care. I just don't want to listen to that. Okay, let's pick a frequency and call CQ and see what happens. I can hear stations there. The band might actually be crowded the closer I listen and just spin the dial. I just thought I found an open frequency, see? And then now there's somebody there. I'm just in a terrible location to put up an antenna. But I'm gonna deal with it and get 10 contacts. I really wanna get 10 contacts. This is one of these unique parks. This is gonna be, if I get this will be 59 parks activated for me, and it's not really the spot I'm gonna come back to often, so I would like to get this done and not have unfinished business to come back and finish. I just went up a little bit. I'm at 14.255. Sounds quieter here. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India, standing by? Nope. Nobody's using the frequency. I'm using it now. Hearing nothing, this is Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India, calling CQ Parks on the Air. CQ Parks on the Air at US 12000. QRZ. CQ Parks on the Air. CQ Parks on the Air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India, calling CQ POTA. CQ POTA. CQ POTA.
Parks on the Air, CQ, Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ, Parks on the Air. CQ, Parks
Voice recorder activated.
Parks on the Air. This is Kilo Mike 6, Tango Whiskey India, calling CQ, Parks on the Air.
November 5, Charlie, Quebec. Roger, go ahead. QSL, November, Charlie, 5, Quebec. Got you. You're about 5 by 1 here, over.
QSL, I'll have you about a 5 by 2 between the static sensors. 5 by 2 QSL.
QSL, thank you, and 7-3.
7-3,
CQ Parks on the Air, CQ Parks on the Air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India, calling CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA.
November 2, Lima, Echo, Charlie.
November 2, Lima, Echo, Charlie. Okay, good. November 2, Lima, Echo, Charlie. Roger, go ahead.
QSL, you are 5 by 5 in New Jersey. 55, November, Juliet.
And copy 5-5, November, Juliet. You're 5 by 3 here at the park in Indiana. Over.
QSL, thank you very much for the activation. 73 and good luck.
Thanks for hunting. 73. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India. Parks on the Air, QRZ.
November 5, Charlie Oscar Papa.
Charlie Oscar Papa. I can hear them. Barely, but I can hear them. November 5, Charlie, Oscar, Papa, Roger, you're about 5 by 1, 5 by 1, over. Where'd he go? November 5, Charlie, Oscar, Papa.
November 5, Charlie Oscar, Papa, you dropped down in the noise, but I got you about a 4-5 into West Texas.
Copy, 4-5, Texas, you're 5 by 1 here, over.
Thank you very much for the 5 by 1. Keep up the great videos. Love your work, buddy.
Thanks for watching the channel. I'm making a video right now. November 5, Charlie, Oscar, Papa. Thank you. Have fun today, 7-3.
73, have a good afternoon.
Thanks for watching, Frank. Appreciate it. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ POTA.
Whiskey 5, Bravo, Charlie, Alpha.
Whiskey 5 Bravo Charlie Alpha. Roger, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. You're 5-9 here, Tango X-ray.
Awesome. But copy 5-9. You're 5 by 7 here at the park. I'm set up in a bunch of trees adjacent to buzzing power lines.
Well, you're sounding great today.
I'll punk rock ham radio my way through this. Thank you for the contact. I'm halfway there. 7-3.
7-3.
Parks on the air. QRZ. Woohoo! That was reassuring. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ POTA.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ Parks on the air.
Things keep going like this, I won't have to pivot to FT8 and set up a whole different radio. And always bring a laptop, always bring a hiking backpack, even if you're not planning on going hiking.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ Parks on the air.
Kilo Golf 5, Papa, Japan, Quebec.
Copy, Kilo Golf 5, Papa, Juliet, Quebec.
Roger, James in Houston, Texas. Your call is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India. Roger?
Roger, you're 5-9 here as well. 5-9 both ways.
Yep, Roger. Thank you, my friend. Good luck.
You're welcome. Have fun. 73. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India for Parks on the Air. QRZ. Just need 4 more.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ Parks on the air.
This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Papa, Yankee.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar, Papa, Yankee, Roger. Go ahead.
I've got you 2-2 raffle shot. Could you give me a string on my S report?
Copy the 2-2. You're 5 by 1, 5 by 1, 5 by 1.
Did I copy 5-1?
QSL, QSL.
2251. This is KQ4 OPY in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thank you for the contact. 73. Have fun in the park.
Thank you for picking me up. Have fun playing radio. 73. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India. Parks on the Air. QRZ. Kilo 3 India Victor. Roger. Go ahead.
Kilo 3 India Victor. I have you 5 and 3. 5 and 3 New Mexico. November 9.
Copy 5-3 New Mexico. You're 5 by 1, 5 by 1 into the park. Over.
QSL. Thanks a lot. 73.
7-3. Have fun. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India. Parks on the Air. QRZ. CQ Parks on the Air. CQ Parks on the Air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ Parks on the Air.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango
On
Whiskey
theory,
India calling CQ
all the
Parks
odds
on
are stacked
air.
against me. But in practical application, yeah, this location and this kind of sucks. But I'm still making contacts and having getting little mini pileups.
Calling CQ Parks on the air.
Alpha Delta 5 Delta Charlie Mobile.
Alpha Delta 5 Delta Charlie. Roger, go ahead. Copy 4-1 Tango X-ray. You're 5x1, 5x1 at the park, over.
Copy 5x1. Thanks for doing it. Good luck. 7-3.
7-3, drive safe. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ, parks on the air. I just need one more. CQ, parks on the air. CQ, parks on the air. Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ, parks on the air.
CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air.
Good, so I don't have to come back here.
Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air.
Voice recorders, almost like a cheat code.
CQ parks on the air.
I'm still propagating single sideband radio waves.
Calling CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air.
There's another guy hiking. He has a Mustang. That Mustang that was parked over there, he just started his car. I think he's going to leave.
CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks
I can't hear any ignition noises, so you are allowed to idle there. Good job, Ford.
CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango Whiskey India calling CQ parks on the air.
Kilo Golf 4, Papa Bravo.
Golf 4, Papa Bravo. Kilo Golf 4, Papa Bravo something again?
Kilo Golf 4, Papa Bravo Echo.
Kilo Golf 4, Papa Bravo Echo.
Roger, roger.
Roger, I copy you about 5-1, 5-1, over.
Roger, I have 5-4.
Copy the 5-4 North Carolina. Thank you for the QSO, and 7-3.
7-3.
Haha! Park is activated! What time is it? I don't have a lot of time today. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Last call, parks on the air. Last call, parks on the air. From Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India, calling last call. QRT, QRT, QRT. This is Kilo Mike 6 Tango, Whiskey India. Thank you, hunters. Going QRT. Bye-bye. All right, we did it. No need to make any more contacts than necessary today. Spot QRT. Thank you, everybody. See you later. It's been a while since I've had a good, fast, exciting, fast-paced pile-up with 100 watts on 20 meters. A lot of these parks I've been scooping up, I've just been getting like 10, 12, 15, maybe 20 and getting out of there. The goal is just to get the park activated and get to 60 parks and then onward 100 parks. Just because. Sounds like a good idea. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. I'm gonna wrap the video up. I have important stuff to do that's not ham radio that will further my ham radio efforts. Today, we set up in a very compromised location. Learned a couple of lessons, a couple things I should bring with me just in case, a hiking backpack, even if I'm not planning on hiking. Let's just bring that plasticky Jankopotamus laptop with me so I can set up FT8 on my 891 if I wanna pump a little more watts out there. And I set up in a stupid location anyway and still got the job done. I still made contacts, 1 and done, 10 and run, mission accomplished. So, thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that stuff, and join me on all of my punk rock ham radio adventures. I'll see you all in the next video. If you do decide to set up at this park, take a hike up this trail. It's probably a lot quieter over there. Okay, everybody, bye-bye.